Hello and welcome to the National Hockey Centre here at Glasgow Green. Today it is the Women's Scottish Cup final and it's Milne Clydesdale Western versus Edinburgh University. Edinburgh Uni will be looking to complete the league and cup final title double, and Milne Clydesdale Western will be looking to stop them in their tracks. Later on we'll be showing some highlights of yesterday's men's cup final between Bromac Helburn and Grange, but for now let me pass you over to your commentary today, who are Callum Patterson and Jamie Frail.
Thank you very much, Laura. Good afternoon, everyone. We're just a couple of minutes away from the Scottish Cup final. We're thoroughly looking forward to this. Milne Clydesdale Western against Edinburgh University. I've seen a flood of action all day in the lesser competitions, but this is the big one. And after the men's day yesterday, it is the turn of the Showpiece Women's final. Let's get straight to the sides. And for Milne Clydesdale Western, their starters are Heather Howie, Lexi Sabatelli, Anna Logan, Heather Lang, Susan McElgivray is the captain, Fiona Bruce, Millie Brown, Alex Wilson, Laura Mann, Frances Longeran, and Mary Fletcher's the keeper. Reserve keeper is Jess Buchanan. Also on the sidelines, Millie Steiger, Susie Gilman, Alison Howie, Lucy Lanigan, Emma McGregor and Fiona Burnett. For Edinburgh Uni, it's Ali Eady, Louise Campbell, Becky Drews the captain, Kirsten Peters, Susan Graham, Sophie Newton, Maisie Morris, Amy Brodie, Zara Malzed, Sarah Robertson and Susan Al-Haddad is the keeper. On the sidelines, Ellie Hutchison, Waverley Miller, Caitlin Girdwood, Sophie Monza and Laura Swanson. That is the hashtag on screen there, you can see. Get in touch with us if you want to be involved with what you're watching and have any opinions. Hashtag Team Scott Series for this big final. Now, alongside myself, Callum Patterson in commentary, Jamie Frail, and he is the head of domestic game here at Scottish Hockey, so looking for some great insights, goalkeeper as well, so thoroughly looking forward to this, Jamie, I presume.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Callum. Should be an exciting game. Two top teams, some current and future Scotland players in there, so it's shaping up to be a really great game.
The top two in the women's game in the National League, Edinburgh Uni with 49 points, shading the title over Clydesdale Western 46. It was a tense finish, quite as tense as the men's National League one, but it was pretty close all the same. And all set to go. Western in the orange, Edinburgh University in the green. And it is Western to get us going from right to left in this first period. Hardly anything could separate these two sides in the league meetings. 1-0 both encounters in the league. I think one or two would like a few more goals, but it could well be a tasty game as well, because they are big rivals at the moment in the league.
Absolutely, both very competent defences. The 1-0's probably not reflective of the amount of goal-mouth action you get. The strikers matched up against defenders is it's pretty high level. I mean, as I say, it's pretty much all current Scotland or youth Scotland players that are involved today.
Heather Howie with ball looking for Heather Lang. That was cut out very quickly, and really looking to loft something high. On the chase there was Zara Malzed. Keeper had to come out there quite quickly.
Yeah, Mary Fletcher read the game well there, saw that she was going to have to come out and commit to the attacker if they got the touch, didn't get the touch, so just clears a line and passes it nice and flat to a teammate so they can start building the attack.
Edinburgh University are the holder of the 4-2 win over Grove last year, and the coach today, Sam Judge, with 4 goals in that one.
Unfortunately, Sam is injured, so
yeah,
can't play this week.
Another bit of news on the sidelines is Derek Forsyth, the head coach of Clydesdale Western, is busy with Team GB Malaysia, so he's not involved on the sidelines today either. So
yeah, one of Derek's day jobs is the men's senior coach for Scottish Hockey, and rightly so, he's been recognised to head out with the GB programme, and I think they're out in Malaysia playing against Pakistan just now, and he's assisting with that. A great lead into the corner here.
Wilson wanted to get on with that. Lang with the turn. Into the circle she goes. Bobbling up for Steiger. And cleared away. Looking for some options, Wilson. Didn't quite come as she was intended. There's the Clydesdale Western bench. We'll see a lot of them with the rolling changes throughout the game. Now a flood forward here for Campbell and Edinburgh Uni.
Yep, it's a match-up of Squidge Campbell versus Susan McGilvery, the captain for Clydesdale Western.
And Graham there into the body of Fiona Bruce, and that'll be the first penalty corner in the contest, just inside 3 minutes.
Yep, Susan Graham just running towards the top of the D, thinking I can take that space. It's not on, so she just rolls it into what would either be the danger area or, in this case, a foot at the top of the D, penalty corner.
So early chance here for the side from Edinburgh. It is Ali Eady to inject here. This would be the perfect start early on in the game. Becky Drew was lurking, and they've got away with that one, Western.
Yeah, ball's fed in well. The drag flick comes out, and then there seems to be some sort of connection with a stick. It drops just in front of Mary Fletcher in goal, and she steps out, takes it well.
Turn and spin away by Steiger, one of the talented young international. There's a lot of internationals across both sides. I spotted Steiger out last year in international competition. For now comes Brodie.
Yeah, great pick up from there, Amy Brodie. She drives into space. And that's a really hard skill to do, yeah. So Amy Brodie picks up into space, drives into the corner, and then keeps the ball flat, fires it across in the reverse.
Tack on for Howie, and counter-attack opportunities. Racing into the middle is Steiger. It's behind her. Sabatelli just can't quite reach it. But a real burst of pace for Clydesdale Western.
Anna will go on the ball there, just knocking the ball in from sideline. You can self-pass it a dead ball. She thinks she saw space up high in the base, but no player moved forward, and she just knocked out the park.
Not a little late switcheroo in numbers for Clydesdale Western. Looked like Steiger was going to be number 9, but there's Millie Brown. That is the figure of Heather Howie. But it is really trying to find her feet in that final third. And after the resumption from the outdoor winter break, just wins across the board for Edinburgh Uni. It was enough to seal the title. And now Western trying to buzz forward, and pretty fast-paced start from both sides in the early stages.
Yeah, even from before the start, it was a Clydesdale Western ball at centre, and Edinburgh University have set 5 players as close as they possibly can to the ball carrier. And as soon as that's passed into their own half, they're up and they're pressing, come out the traps nice and early.
Brodie trying to run the long way round. Always a tough gig. Sarah Robertson, another one of the talented players. Plenty of quality on show here on both sides.
An intense, high tempo start, but patient. They're just, again, it's a cup final. They're probing, they're taking their time. Nobody wants to lose that first goal early down, have to be chasing the game.
Drew, the captain. Oh, that's a sore one. And Brown.
Yep, I think Millie's came off and immediately asked for some ice for that. The ball's just came up and trapped her finger between the ball and the stick at pace. In hockey, if your hand's on the stick, then it's considered part of the stick, so there's not a foul just because it's hit her hand.
Twist and turn for Robertson in the tight spot. As it came for Graham. 1 or 2 slipping and sliding. They have watered the surface. Laura Swanson just came on for Enmarine and on the floor. Laura Bruce trying to get on forward, and now there could be danger. Steiger on the far side. Hammer across by Howie! And it was Lanigan who scored a couple last weekend. And a terrible time with injury and managed to get herself back playing this season. Getting himself back into the Scotland fold and nearly opening the scoring. Bruce just out muscled. Swanson gives it away. Turn away from Steiger. Lanigan was waiting again if needed. We'll stay with side Orange. Thumpton, Lanigan's there this time. And off the sidelines and on the scoring sheet in the first 10 minutes.
Yeah, what looked like a slightly unorthodox approach to it. I think the viewers at home were watching the first replay there, but ball fed in from the sideline after the restart. I think Edinburgh Uni are protesting that the ball is high, but Clydesdale players played the ball in. It's came up off an Edinburgh University stick, and then I think it was Lucy Lanigan at the back post who's just played it down into the goal.
Yeah, as I say, 2 goals she got last week against Grove in a 4-2 win in the league to finish off their season. And really having to come from behind the champions. Good play. It was Edie initially trying to get it across. Swanson trying to dart it. Lanigan might be able to get a break. Won back well by Graham initially. Didn't last long, and here comes Lanigan once more, lively in the early stages. Robertson trying to disrupt the flow. She gets the free hit and she gets on with it. And bobbled up for Brodie, not quite gets it in her grasp to control. Early instructions down on the sidelines from Sam Judge. Giving away now Swanson once more. Sport was coming in, Robertson, good intercept. Time from Lanigan's pass. Forward it went from Howie. Alison Howie that was. Emma McGregor. Burnett was close by too.
McGregor done well there to dig it out from the feet. It looked as if she'd taken a full swing. It was going to be a dangerous play, so the foul would have been against her, and she just recognised that and kind of cut the shot into a bit of a pass.
Calvary tried to find forward for McGregor. Susan Graham disrupting that. Swanson back for Miller. Susan Graham looking up and searching for the options, and Swanson on the floor coming together with McGilvray. That's
Susan
the one.
McGilvray, yep, that's it.
Get there. Almost tucked through there for Brodie. It was a sneaky one.
Yep, a touch in the D, it would have been classed as a goal.
Swanson, and that's high.
Yep, I think it's going to be a long corner. I think Susan McGilvray herself has managed to get a stick in there in the end, just as a block. It's really brave to see someone lining up a shot and then step in, put your face, your body on the line.
Another one into towards the circle. And Swanson and Em's looking, but umpire reverses the possession, and now Flanagan sliding in, using the water on the surface very well for her teammate McGregor. And was there a bit of an obstruction going on? There's going to be a little conversation maybe with the umpire. We'll bring it back. Switcheroo for Mann to try and deliver. Cleared away for Swanson for Edinburgh Uni.
Swanson herself just coming back from injury from a long period out, so good to see her back on the pitch.
Long ball in the space and time here. Not quite on the same wavelength, Brodie and Girdwood.
Sarah Robertson just taking her time, using the space.
Falling across by Graham. Drew switches it wide for the gap. Brodie in there, causing a mess once more, needing some more help. Huge old clat on his sticks, and Western come away with it, and the marauding run of Alison Howie. Both Alison and Heather, quick, fast players, like to burst away.
Yeah, and for Milne Craig, Clydesdale Western, then you've also got
Wonder just in this bit of play here. Found Girdwood, keeper came out. Fletcher. Just bringing that back. Incidentally, they are Sarah Wilson and Claire Edwards in the yellow. Wilson was attempting to get it forward, found Heather Lang, and the umpire's arms out the other way. That's a bit of a mess and a scramble. Can they profit? Brown couldn't quite. I mentioned about the unbeaten run since middle of February for Embry. The slight derailment in the title plans for Clydesdale Western was that defeat, I guess, to Grove back in early April, but the draw in there too in March just stuttered us a little bit and really got their grips and control on the National League. Now good control this from Waverley Miller.
Yeah, Waverley Miller keeps finding herself in lots of space out there. Edinburgh Uni seem to be more keen to drive down the left.
Driven across at some pelts by Graham, and a penalty corner.
Sometimes just the crash ball is the best option. Just nice heavy stick on the end of it. A slight bounce has been fortunate enough to bring it up into the shin guard there. As soon as the ball's up off the turf, then it's much harder to try and stop.
Yeah, I think it was Francis Lonergan, I think it hit off her. Alidi then with the injection here for Edinburgh University, looking for the equaliser. It's a nice neat play, it's all a bit tight. Initially it was Drew trying to work something, and Peters, and that fizzled out, so a couple of penalty corners not really worked for the side trailing.
Yeah, ball out from Alides, then fed straight back. The shot hasn't kind of come to much from there, and then it's just fizzled. It's not much in it. What was good to see is that Alidi, obviously playing for Edinburgh University, her original club before that would have been Clydesdale Western. Her sister Jenny Eady is currently on the sidelines for Clydesdale with an injury she picked up last week. Tempo of the game starting to drop a wee bit. When both teams come out the traps so hard and so intense, then it's only going to go one way, and that's not up from their maximum.
Susan Graham spotted some space and flooded Green into the D, and a ball off a leg, and it's another penalty corner.
Yep, well worked by Ali. She picks the ball up out in a lot of space, sees there's 4 bodies in front of her, just casually rolls the ball off the foot of the oncoming Clydesdale Western player.
A couple of so-so tries. They'll have another attempt from this situation. So Alidi again for Edinburgh University. This time a bit more of a simpler routine. It was Marseille with the try, but well saved.
Yeah, tremendously high though. So with a penalty corner, your first strike at goal has to cross the line at backboard height, and that certainly wasn't. That was above head height, so it's classed as dangerous, and it's a Clydesdale ball.
Heather Howie trying to wriggle away. Either clattering all the sticks from here.
Yep, good game management though by Sarah Wilson, the umpire. She's just made eye contact with the player who's put the stick tackle in, shook her head and said, "Yep, you."
Now she's getting in the way of the ball patrol. That a green card offence?
If the umpire plays well, she'll get to be part of the ball patrol next year.
Graham right in the sandwich there with Brown and Saratelli. Trying to fire it on was Brodie. Back with the side in orange. Gilman was kind of always going backwards there, and a bit of a struggle, and Emery pick it back up. Campbell bringing the link back up with Brodie, and there is equaliser, and they have upped it in the last few moments. It's 1-1.
Yeah, it's a silly mistake from Clydesdale Western. There's no need to get the ball up in there and make it dangerous, so it's a foul against. The Measley turned round and attacked the D. Ball's fed in. It's another poor touch from Clydesdale Western, and keeper has to commit, and as soon as the keeper makes the movement one way, the ball's just rolled underneath them. Great composure by the goal scorer.
So all square. It certainly was. Clydesdale Western got the better of the start, the opening 10-15 minutes, and then just switched around a little bit. Swanson was there to try and win it back.
Edinburgh University looking really disciplined round the back. As soon as they run into contact, there's at least 2-3 options for them to get the ball back the way before they start to move forward and down another area with less bodies.
I think as Aramal said, fan club is in the stands, great crowd, the scorer for the equaliser. Now again, here comes Edinburgh Uni. Peters found Brodie. And they're going to wriggle through the gap. Peters lurking. Running in towards the knee, couldn't quite find the touch. One or two were a bit quick on that one in the crowd.
Yeah, an optimistic cheer to see if they can influence the umpire's decision. Optimistic is the polite word for it, I think. Good by Lonergan there, so not only under a wee bit of pressure, but she's also identified a player further up the pitch.
Yeah, Steiger was the one on the chase, but well tracked back was Graham. Just takes a millisecond pause with the free hit going her side's way. Wriggle through from Morris for the advancing Peters. Stick tackle coming in.
Well, yeah, so the umpires decided that it's what they call stick obstruction, and colloquial known as fencing. So the Edinburgh University player is carrying the ball, and as the Clydesdale player goes to tackle, the Edinburgh University player puts the stick in front of the ball in such a way that the Clydesdale player can't legally make an attempt at a tackle. So they're shielding the ball with their stick, and it's a foul against Edinburgh University.
Steiger drinks herself away. Wilson. Swanson going to have to clean up for Edinburgh Uni. And possibly the chance for a break. Brodie advancing her run, as is Girdwood. Space just found Graham. Thrashes it into the circle, but away it goes for the flick in the turn for McGregor. Well, yeah. Marshall by Newton.
Graham, who's centre back, really motoring forward well. They're supporting the attack, and it's not an easy skill there. She's just moved the ball slightly to make the opposition players start to move into an area, and then moved it back and hit it into the space she's created for herself there.
Ball heading that direction, but Bruce is trying to defend, but it's a bit of a guddle and a bit of a mess, and Brodie and Marced were in that dangerous spot again, couldn't quite work itself out.
Yeah, so a bit of dawdling on the ball there, and it's come in. The goalkeeper's read the situation really well. Came out, big barrier, and it's hit her. It's just became a bit of a mess. But good goalkeeping from Mary Fletcher.
And from Newton. Yeah, another long corner, trying to sustain the pressure, which they certainly have in the last few minutes anyway, before the goal, and they continue it on now, the champions. They're a bit more happier with their lives at the moment after getting themselves back in level terms. Those watching on from the sideline, just playing their part whenever through their own subs. Never required.
Yeah, rolling subs is an important part of the game. It allows players to come off, have a rest. It keeps the intensity and the tempo and the fitness on the pitch. Football, where you can only change 3 or 4 bodies at once, then
ball.
It's a bit more tactical. But on this, you can have your most informed players, your most fittest players on at one time. The crowd going wild there.
It is another good day across all the matches that have taken place, with all the other competitions throughout the day. And we had the men's finals yesterday, with District Plate and District Cup. Glasgow Accies winners of the District Plate. Orkney beating Shetland in a decent encounter in the District Cup, and also Cala beating Glasgow Uni in the Plate final earlier. 1-1 in the Cup final. 6 minutes to the break. And Uni have upped it since, well, certainly, especially after going behind. Once again, Swanson causing problems and continues the road and run. Had some support, and that was a bit high.
Swanson just recognising there that the fill's hers. 3 bodies in the road, that it's more their duty to make sure they don't impede her as she tries to take it. Forces her way into the D, but finds even more Clydesdale Western bodies, so just lays the ball off for someone else to try and get the shot off. Sensible hockey.
Good turn away by Heather Howie. Looking for some options.
Lexi Sabatelli there, just picking the ball up. One of the Scotland under-16s internationalists.
Falls back for Wilson, not for long. Western struggling to keep in it at the moment, as Edinburgh Uni Swarm comes forward once more with Morris. Robertson. Will be Newton's ball if you've just joined us. It is a lovely looking day. Weather is picked up, the sun is shining through here in the hockey centre, but it is a blustery day. Plus the water on the pitch has affected 1 or 2 players. It has been a quick old first period.
Yeah, it's certainly flown in. I think that's due to the intensity and the amount of action we've been seeing. How long they can sustain this, it'll be interesting to see.
Western look to find a bit of inspiration. Run it. Plenty of time. Come off the arm there. Well, umpire says no. Heather Lang was leading the protest. She was waiting for the ball. And a loose pass, Sabatelli wasn't going to reach that from Logan, who initially controlled it well.
I think we found the point where the intensity is starting to drop. Maybe 3 minutes just before half time. Tired legs out there.
Edie. Just kept in possession by Robertson. Still going near Robertson, and the advantage as well. Sticks flying all over the shop. And then the delivery wasn't the best, but the umpire is going to get a card out here. First one of the final.
Yeah,
and it is Heather Lang.
I think that's there's been a foul much further up in the pitch, perhaps on Sarah Robertson as she started her run, and the umpires allowed the play to continue, obviously with the advantage to Edinburgh University, but then called it back and given the card to Heather Lang.
It's good to try and find the advantage. Still got it with Newton of the Edinburgh side. Fired in with gusto. Drew couldn't pick out a teammate though. Oh, enforced drinks break, we'll call it, but you're using it Sunday name, the green card. Taking a little couple minute breather. For her teammates, at least they've got possession, so it's not hurting too much at the moment, the player light. One or two bits of indecision there in the Edinburgh defence, but they have it with Drew.
Yeah, I think it was Susan McGilvery from Clydesdale Western had looked to shell the ball up other side of the pitch just to relieve some pressure, and it's clipped an Edinburgh University stick, so all the University girls just shouting on their goalkeeper to keep the ball in play.
Nice twist and turn. Mason Morris couldn't keep the ball with her though. And that Western captain, as James talking about, experienced player.
Great individual skill there by Lexi, just to take her time, figure out where the space is, move the ball into it and then drop off.
Bruce losing this one though, not quite punished by Brodie. Morris found Drew, and Drew trying to find the space. And another maybe talking to here from the umpire, maybe not. One or two more stern whistle blows in the last few minutes. Western back up to their full complement of 11. Final few seconds of the first period. Robertson trying to get it forward.
Yeah, she tries to undertake a really hard skill to do with the ball coming across her body and then to first time it on a reverse.
Morris again. Time's going to trickle out for Edinburgh Uni. There is the hooter, and that is half time, and well, a very fast-paced, quick first period, and it was a quick start for Clydesdale Western with Lanigan scoring in the first 10 minutes. But through a scramble, Malseed equalised for Edinburgh Uni. Let's look at the goals again, Jamie. Quick reacting stuff here for the first one for Lanigan to score.
Yeah, so most people pause because it's unorthodox, but Lucy Lanigan has just reached up over the head and brought the ball down, so instead of it being dangerous, she's actually played it down into the ground. There's no bodies between her and the goal apart from the goalkeeper, and I think the goalkeeper's just had a pause thinking that's a foul. So ball lost here through a silly attempt at 3D. Dragged in, and again another unfortunate touch. Mary Fletcher comes out to do the right thing, doesn't hit the ground quick enough and big enough.
So that is the two goals, and we're into the 10-minute interval. Half-time then, it is Clydesdale Western 1, Edinburgh University 1.
So all to play for here in the Women's Scottish Cup final, a goal apiece. Yesterday saw the Men's Scottish Cup final between Kelburn and Grange. Kelburn were looking to complete the domestic double, but did they? Here's how it went. Jamie and Callum commentating.
Hello, good afternoon everyone. Welcome along to coverage of the Men's Scottish Cup final here at the National Hockey Centre in Glasgow, and it really should be an exciting one as Grange take on Bromack Kelburn. This is really the showpiece cup final, and we are thoroughly looking forward to this. Two rivals in league hockey go toe to toe in cup action. Grange are in white. Their second and third string sides are already won in the lesser competitions, which will bring you up to speed up on throughout the afternoon. And we are off and underway for this final, the cup final, the showpiece game in the calendar. It is the men's taking the action today, and already some early action from Grange. It was Duncan Riddle making a menace in the D and fired away out wide.
Yeah, brilliant early intent there from Grange. They've come out the traps hard. A nice shot on tight angle, but then I think it was Johnny Christie maybe at the back who's done the work and deflected it out wide.
Here's Callum Milne, the number 9 on his back. It's back. Fraser. Craig Morton for Lee Morton. Morton skips away, Lee Morton. Can he help it on its way? He can! And Kelburn, who have been under the cosh for the majority of the match so far, and they're the one that have hit the front.
Great skill here by Lee Morton. Recovers really well, picks up, gets his head up nice and early, threads it through, and Jonas Nomsen just knows what he's doing. First time, deflection into the roof of the net. Really tough for the oncoming keeper there. He's went to rush. He thinks the forward's going to take a touch, but he doesn't.
And now there's a free hit to Nomsen with the goal. Free hit by RJ Bargy, and there's a green card being shown a couple of minutes, and it is Lee Morton that's heading this way.
Cammy Fraser for Grange is coming off, which
sorry.
is their captain. So 14 minutes into it, and that's us starting to.
And it's found its way through the number 2, and in the chaos and the mayhem, it's number 2, Jack McKenzie celebrating, and Kelburn celebrating, and a horrible couple of minutes for Grange.
So there's a yellow card, green card that sparks it, and again Josh Cairns is outside the 25, so he can just go route 1, and he does, straight in, deflection by Jack McKenzie.
That was great scenes there as we saw Kelburn pick up the domestic double with a 5-2 victory. Now today actually, I am joined by Gordon Shepherd, who is the head coach of Scottish women's hockey. Now Gordon, what have you thought about the first half so far?
I think it's been a good game, quite an even game. I think Western have got their tactics quite well. They've sat back and then they've stepped to press, not let the back line be comfortable. I think Edinburgh Uni just haven't quite clicked. I think they need to get some of their link play a wee bit better. They've had a number of corners that just haven't worked for them yet. So I think it's a fairly even game, and certainly either team can win this game. But I think Western are moving the ball around well. Heather Howie's playing particularly well for them. And for Edinburgh Uni, Sarah Robertson needs to get into the game a bit more.
So this being a Scotland Series team event, how good is this as a platform to be picking potential Commonwealth Games athletes for the upcoming Gold Coast?
Well, it is a good platform because it's a cup final, there's a lot of pressure, and players have to play with pressure in the international team. So it's interesting to see how certain players are dealing with it today. And yeah, there's a number of them on the pitch who are desperate to be selected to go to the Gold Coast next year.
So what can both teams do in this next half to secure that victory?
I think both teams have to be sound defensively. Western need to give less corners away, because if Edinburgh Uni get any more, they will eventually score. And I think Western need to put pressure on that back line for Edinburgh Uni.
And lastly, who do you think is going to win?
I'm taking I'll take the fifth on that one, because I can't see. I just hope it's a good game and that both teams make it entertaining for the crowd.
Thank you very much, Gordon. So yes, we're about to start the second half here. It is Milne, Craig, Western Clydesdale versus Edinburgh University, and over to our commentary.
Thank you very much, Laura. Welcome back for second half coverage, underway in just a few seconds' time. In a few minutes just to catch our breaths. It got a little bit quieter towards the end of the first half. The pace dropped a little bit, but there's a fast old start. Western made the better of it. Edinburgh Uni had the better sort of last 15-20 minutes or so. And Jamie Vreel, you've had a few minutes to consider some of what's happened so far. What's your assessment after the first half?
Yeah, as we said in the first half, the intensity was high even from before the game started. Everybody was lined up ready to race into the opposition half, and we were curious to see how long that intensity could last for, and I think the answer was 30 minutes. So incredible fitness, incredible commitment. The rolling subs have helped. Both teams really going for the jugular. It's a great showpiece for Scottish hockey.
And there is the hashtag if you want to get involved with the story of the match, join in the conversation through Twitter. It is going to be Edinburgh University in their green tops to get us started. So 35 to play. A reminder as well, for a point of note, that if it is level after the 70, then we will have a shootout, a running shootout, which is rather exciting if you've never seen it before. Maybe we'll have seen it back at the Olympics with the Team GB side famously, the women's team.
Yeah, the changing format from a dead ball penalty like you would see in football into a running penalty where it's the goalkeeper versus an outfield player, and the outfield player starts at the 25-yard line and has 8 seconds to run in and score. The advantage is no longer as heavily weighed to the attacker. The goalkeeper has got a bit more of a chance, makes it a bit more exciting. You get a second phase if the initial shot is saved, then you get some more exciting play. We've not seen it yet in this set of cup finals, but if it continues like this, the both evenly matched teams, then we should perhaps see it this afternoon.
A reminder that this is the top two teams in Scotland in Milne, just sneaking away in the end with the National League One Championship titled contest, but one or two results not going Western's way in the latter half of the campaign. Graham on the twist and the turn, trying to find support, and it is a penalty corner inside the first couple of minutes of the second period.
Yeah, it's just stick obstruction, so the poor first touch has led the ball across to Susan's right hand side. Edinburgh University players been behind her and went to try and play the ball, but Susan's sprawled in front of it and causing a bit of an obstruction. So penalty corner.
They had a few in the first period. Nothing really came from them of note, so we'll try with this routine. Low but not very powerful, like Drew with the try, so in the end, again, a bit clumsy, one or two of these penalty corners from Edinburgh University. Not got the best out of them.
Yeah, they're not looking as slick as we've seen them previously, so the drag flick there went low and hard to the keeper's left. That tends to be where you put your post defender, and Susan McGilvery was there and she was really low and it was a flat shot, so she just picked that up, pushed it wide. I think she's taken a bit of a clattering from her goalkeeper while it's happened.
Louise Campbell this time is the one trying to get herself on the front foot. There's Peters. pretty much every orange player back for Clydesdale Western. Graham decided to switch it completely, pushing it back down her way. Drew. Needed by Sabatelli to get the pass away for Brodie. Lonergan did well to try and disrupt things, but albeit only briefly. Similar pattern towards the end of the first half to what we're seeing here. Steady Edinburgh University possession. Lanigan tries to work herself away. Did really well. Howie, Heather Howie, number 0 in her back. That one not in the plan book for Sophie Newton. One or two pensive looks on the sidelines. Logan, the pass which is intercepted by Peters. She gets the free hit and she gets on with it. Wriggle through nicely again for Marseille. Up high and dangerous from Campbell. Nice smile as well. Robertson was making the advance and run. They're quite quick in reading, hitting the ball back if they lose possession. They're hounding the Western players a lot. The press has been working well. Slightly loose, but Graham got away with that from Lanigan's chase. Lanigan scrambles all over the ball, and it's see you later for a couple of minutes.
Yeah, I don't think there was any real malice in there from Lanigan. She was just pushing to try and get back, and if anything, clumsy. Either that or she's a very good actress and has fooled me but not the umpire.
Should have a right look at the umpire. She'll have a wee seat. As Becky Drew tries to march on. Oh, it just slipped through the gap. Alcide's been a real threat. Kind of got to the conclusion with the equaliser through the body. She was the one that dotted it in, and she's been threatening ever since. Neat for Morris. One back by Wilson. Now the 10 players of Clydesdale. To break, and McGregor was looking for Heather Lang. One back there by Burnett. Shadowed by Morris. Fiona Bruce just maybe eating the time a little bit up with playing light, maybe a bit clever play just to get some possession, because they've been struggling for that of late Western, but that is maybe the curse, because Marcy does really well. Sport to the right, and Robertson if required. She goes forward looking for Brodie. And the orange jersey's back to recover. Man in the mix. Just keep hold of it from the ever-present Peters. Zipped forward by Drew. couldn't reach. Well, at least we've seen more goals between these two than the 1-0 wins for either side in the league meetings. We've seen 2 already. Will there be a third to break the deadlock again? Robertson going the long way round. Oh, and can he squeeze it in? Campbell lurking. Brodie was there too with the 19 in the back and waiting, but none of them could get it in. But they do have the penalty corner, and they might work something up this time from 1 or 2 steady penalty corners of late. But let's have a look at this again.
Yeah, so we see the goalmouth scrap that has landed with a penalty corner. I think it's maybe taken a foot on the way out there. But the lead up to it, that girl there, Sarah Robertson, that woman there, Sarah Robertson has picked the ball up and drove out into space and then back along the baseline. And when you come along the baseline there, you're asking real questions of the defence. Do they dive in, make a tackle when technically you're not too much of a dangerous area? If they don't engage, then you're going to keep driving in, you're going to get closer to the goal. So a great run by Sarah.
Yeah, a player that scored 3 in that semi-final is a lady with the injection, and Robertson here, and he's blasted it in, and this time a penalty corner routine works, and Malseed with the celebration look and the celebration smile as well.
Yep, old school, can't beat it. Straight out to the top, good injection, good stop, and a really right hard hit. Nothing fancy.
Another for her. We did mention that she's always there or thereabouts. This was from the penalty corner routine. Edinburgh Uni now from behind are in front. And they were looking quite quickly for another one. Monda and the D, I think they were penalised there.
Monder's birthday today, I'm told.
Yes.
21st birthday. Happy birthday.
A good way to celebrate your 21st.
Lift a cup, absolutely.
Miller. Tried to roll her way around the gap, unsuccessfully. Wonder who they're supporting. Malseed again.
I think it's just popped up and hit her on the body there. The closest umpire to us has allowed the other umpire to call it. Clearly hasn't seen it, so Sarah Wilson has blown the foul.
It's now Clydesdale Western are looking to get back into it. Alison Howie trying to use her pace. It's been such a turnaround after the first 10-15 minutes where it was all orange. Now it's the Edinburgh outfit that'll really turn this all around, and here comes Heather Lang for McGregor. She'll keep the possession. Fired in by Bruce. Lang was nearby but not close enough. Bruce scored in the quarter-final win for Clydesdale Western. 5-0 win over second-tier Grange. Now options again, one of those is Lang. Again making that run in, just not quite finding it.
Yeah, frustrations from the teammates there. That's the kind of ball you'd expect to see the forward making a real dive just to get anything, any piece of the stick on the end of it. It looked as if it was close enough that at full stretch you would have got something in that, and I don't think the keeper was fully prepared.
Wonder trying to find the path through here for Brodie. Brodie's taking the keeper out. Keeper has to make the save and does. Oh, Big chance for Edinburgh Uni.
Yeah, brilliant work from Fletcher in the goal. She's acknowledged that if she's given the attacker time and space, then she'll get the shot off. So she's rushed out, been a big barrier, made that first save, and unfortunately for Clydesdale Western, the ball has dropped to University again.
Next wave of attack, Ali across there with the free hit Graham, and Edie once more. Robertson. Lonergan trying to get away, and she gets possession back. Sarah Robertson thought otherwise.
Yep, so Annie Fletcher across, big barrier, sees there's about to be a shot, has to make it big. In situations like that, the goalkeeper wants a defender to come across with them and just put in that, if there is a second phase, just put in that tackle. Don't give the Edinburgh University player time to get their head up and pick their pass. Luckily enough, Edinburgh University, nobody in the far end to just get in.
Now a chance for a marauding run. Alison Howie, she continues it, and now thumped up the middle of the D. Lanigan was waiting, scored the opener.
Yeah, as soon as the breakaway started, Lucy Lanigan went sprint to the penalty spot and started to lead back, but as she jumps in front of Edinburgh University players, she's just, I think it's just a bit of a poor touch under pressure.
Switch and turn round from Bruce. Campbell managed to turn away. The side leading the game. It was Western that took the lead. If you just joined us in the 10th minute through Lanigan. Malseed scoring not far off half time. And then scoring a second from penalty corner situation. He's really turned things right around. It's just kept in by Miller. Space through the middle for Swanson. Becky Drew. Miller. Cries of no, but it will stay with Side and Green. Swanson again. Times has just continued runs at will. That one's cut short. Now Western trying up the pace, up the tempo with Brown. Lanigan making a forward run in the middle. Also on the other side here is Heather Howie. Options coming up. Salatelli in the D as well. That's frustrating for all those that make the effort to get forward, and it fizzles out. Bit of a whimper. One back well here though by Wilson. In towards Lanigan. Off her shoulder.
Yep, Lanigan being penalised there. The ball's came in. As she's went to pick up in her reverse, it's just popped up and landed on her body.
Lonergan scrapping it back into her possession. Alison Howie still watch Swanson.
McGilvery there, just a heavy stick on the ball. To see that huge channel that's open, you start hitting that, the forwards learn that, hang on, I should maybe be running in there.
Still plenty of time left. That was a bit rushed in this final. It's been a busy weekend with all the finals on the men's and the women's side. This women's final as well as the men's cup final being part of the Team Scotland series. Team Scotland been working with a lot of different sports, Commonwealth sports throughout this year. Some already passed, others to come. It's in netball, table tennis. So this weekend too. Heather Howie clattered. Penalty corner, there's going to be a card coming, yellow, and it is going to be a few minutes out for Maisie Morris.
Yeah, Maisie Morris just running into the back of the Clydesdale Western player there. No real opportunity to get the ball, so it's picked up and moved into space. Maisie's coming in from the wrong side, so when you tackle like that, you need to make sure you get the ball. If not, you'll be having a seat. Heather Howie to give her her dues. She's picked the ball up, put it into space, and then started to put the afterburners on. So it would have been interesting if she'd actually got out.
So player light for Milne now. Penalty corner. Alex Wilson to inject, just making sure they've got their attack set. Lorman making a late run. Lanigan sets it up and just wide. Coming up all the way from the back, Francis Lonergan. It's a quick scurry back. Sabatelli recollects, only for Brodie to pick back up for Edinburgh University. Shout of tackle and possession changes hands.
Yeah, I think the umpire's called a foul there because as Amy Brodie's dribbling with the ball, she doesn't move the ball but her stick goes in front, so it could be classed as stick obstruction.
Spin and turn and run from Robertson. Alex Wilson did well for Western. Lanigan dances away by Millett. Wilson. Man, remember they've got the advantage of the extra player, but that is just a way to kill some time. And Green will be delighted with that. Now maybe they're slightly exposed here defensively. Brodie, Campbell, Pace Merchant. Brodie back trying to feed it in. Tenacious. Wilson coming in with the stick. Gilman couldn't keep hold of that one. Still just over 40 minutes left as Western look for the equaliser. And a draw at the end of the 70 minutes would be the run and shootout. Was looking to get herself away and did. Brodie wants to know one, and the chase on here for Steiger. Try and keep the pressure up. Becky Drew, the really captain. Wilson thought she won that fairly. Glasgow University players watching on. Lost it earlier on in the day. Against the Granite City Wanderers, they did in the District Plate final, but still watching on. Or one, I should say, earlier on. That's why they're having a few drinks, I guess. And yeah, in the first game of the day. Swanson looking to turn away and dead. Taking on Clydesdale captain. Parry away and looking for that snap effort to try and finish it off.
Yeah, Laura Swanson's individual skills got her into a great position there, and Zara Malseed just hovering in front of the goalkeeper.
Now at the other end, maybe a breakthrough. Could fall for Heather Howie. And that, in a blink of an eye, up the other end, could be an equaliser.
Yeah, great pressure from what looked like Miller. Heather Howie got the ball out into space and was only going to do one thing, which was shoot. And Edinburgh University player fully commits to coming in and putting her off. So it's underrated, that run. It takes a lot of guts.
Wilson. Lonergan looking for it back and gets it. They're going to fall kindly here for Bruce to stay in. Well, it's been picked up by Heather Lang. Bruce continued the run, and just the groans of the crowd tells you about that one.
Yeah, frustrating. Fiona Bruce there, the ball's rolling in front of her, and she just, rather than take a touch and drive and secure it, she's went for the option of crashing it across. Not a bad option, just on this occasion not executed as well as it could have been. I think Heather Howie there tried to make a pass to someone who was nipping off to get substituted. Millie Brown has now stepped on the pitch, but completely unaware that she should have subbed on and picked the ball up.
Unfortunate, but it is with Miller on the other side here for Edinburgh Uni. Into the final 10. Well, Western, 87 National League 1 goals. They've got one today, they're going to need at least another, but it's not with them possession-wise. Newton. Drew. Wonder made it hard for a teammate, and Hutchinson to keep it in. Again, Swanson was waiting if it came to her.
Ellie's done well there, so a bit of a grip. She's got the ball back, and in terms of keeping the ball down in that reverse stick, she's done it well. And she's just put it into too much space, too much pace. Nobody's there to get a touch on, put it towards the goal.
Turn away by Mondor once more. And Logan never giving up that one. Had to concede in the end, but she'll need to remold back into defensive shape as Hutchison continues. Picked up well. Morris had that 5-minute spell off. Worried looks and on the Western bench. Still, they've got time. Heather Howie picked up Sabatelli. And Lanigan now in Sport flooding in orange, but with 4 or 5 orange jerseys all together, somehow go for the gap, which none of them are in.
Yeah, it's good build-up play. They're getting it out round the back into midfield. All the people in the space around the edges are doing the right things. It's just that final misconnect, and we've seen that in a few games today. We've seen it certainly less in this game, but just get that final ball into someone in the D.
One back again here. Burnett tried to race across. Lanigan just missed it. Heather Howie. Off Morris. Man gets some instructions, Alison Howie, and it's been wriggled away. Maybe Enrine could find 1 or 2 gaps in the defence as they see the space for Campbell. Campbell found Maunder. The umpires have a little look at the eyes and make a little decision.
Yeah, Francis Lonergan there with the kind of shaved tackle has managed to bounce it off Campbell's foot, and then there's a slight pause while the umpires decide who's going to blow the whistle for that.
Hutchison dispossessed. And that's something to find Lanigan on Brown's ball.
Good awareness by Milne there, number 9. Running with the ball under a bit of pressure, but head up, constantly looking for that next pass.
Lonergan somehow from nothing managed to find Burnett. Free hit, doesn't find anyone in orange. Edinburgh University just grinding out the time here. They're looking to try and finish it off once and for all.
Yeah, I don't think with the history between the two teams and the kind of attitudes and ethos that Edinburgh Uni would look to close the game down or slow it down in any way. They would much rather go for that extra goal.
Comes back to Drew. Lanigan getting in there, and umpire not happy with that, and obviously Lanigan has had green, she's now got yellow, and that will finish her afternoon off. Goal scorer, green card, yellow card, not quite the full set thankfully, but
5 minutes
she's frustrated.
Left. You can still get that extra colour in 5 minutes, even off the pitch.
True. And again, that's wriggled through for someone in green waiting if they were close enough.
Well, if it was tough up till now, then 1 goal down, 4 minutes left, and 10 players on the pitch. It'll be interesting to see what, if anything, Clydesdale Western change.
Newton, it's Campbell weaving in and out. Did she tee someone up? Maunder was the closest to it. Under 4 minutes left. Tension around. Still so close. Heather Lang right across the face of the D again. Only a couple of orange bodies in Howie, Alison Howie and Fiona Burnett. It is sidelines getting a little bit maybe desperate now.
Thought someone might have got a tracky top or a fleece to put on there. It's not exactly the warmest today.
No, it certainly isn't. And we've got another stoppage in play. And we've got another card coming too. It's another yellow. And well, Lucy Lanigan's afternoon might well be finished off as Western's afternoon being finished off with a second yellow, and with 3 minutes left they were too light. It's turned into a bit of a disastrous end as Laura Mann now takes a seat.
I suppose you've now got body heat. There's no real need for a fleece.
I think there's steam because it's rage, so I think they're fine. University in a fantastic position now to retain this trophy after the win against Grove last year. 4-2 victory it was.
Even with 2 players down, Clydesdale Western can't be written off. They've got some great individuals out there, so all it takes is for that one error and a player to get round into a bit of space and then match up with one more person. That's them in the D, and that's 1 goal all they need, and then we're into running penalties.
Robertson. Morris to help. Off the foot. Now it's the orange surge.
It's going to happen, it needs to happen now. She needs more support with her.
Alison Howie. Waverley Miller. Best shadow impression over there. Making it very tight. Anna Logan. Comes off Brodie. Stays in, so it remains with her. But it is Western's ball. Steiger. A little bit rushed potentially. Ellen Lang couldn't reach, and now there's a huge gap to try and seal it off. Anna Logan is going to tee it up here. Surely hat-trick time, is it? No for Marcy.
Yeah, well taken. Campbell has an early look, commits Francis Lonergan and then switches it across. Goalkeeper starts to go down and then immediately recovers, gets back up to make herself big.
Well, they've got the possession in the right end. Edinburgh Uni, Newton's delivery, Morrison there again. Miller down that channel. Fired on by Campbell and into the final 10 seconds. It's now or never. Can they get the break on? Here comes Burnett. 3 seconds, we have to find something very quickly, and Brown will get there. It is game over, and the champions have retained the cup, and they had to come from behind after a start where Clydesdale Western took the lead through Lucy Lanigan, but a couple of moments from Mark Seed turned it around. Goal in either half, and in the end I think the better side shaded it there, Jamie.
Yeah, I would agree with that. The approach from Edinburgh University was calculated and controlled, so probably deserved it in the end.
Okay, let's get some reaction down on the sidelines with Laura.
Hi there. Well, I am joined by Samantha Judge, the head coach of Edinburgh University. You must be absolutely thrilled.
Yeah, I am. Yeah, it was good today. I mean, we knew it was going to be tough because Western are the only team that have beaten us this season. But I thought we thoroughly deserved the win. I mean, the girls, yeah, I mean, the score might look tight, but I think, yeah, we deserved that. So, no, I'm really pleased.
It maybe was definitely the end you wanted, but perhaps not the start you wanted.
No, yeah, we looked nervous at the start actually, and you know, Western came out, they had a go at us, they got the goal, and then I think then we started to relax a wee bit and knew that if we just stuck to the process that we would score and we'd get the result, and it was good.
So there was domestic double, you've now won the league and the cup. What's next for Edinburgh University then?
Well, the playoffs next week, so we play Western Wildcats on the Saturday. Hopefully win that, and then win the grand final, and then get the top spot of Europe, and then we go away to Vienna in the beginning of June for our European competition. So yeah, still got a busy season, yeah.
Thank you very much, Samantha, and I'll pass you back to our commentary team, Jamie and Callum.
Thank you very much. Well, some quick reaction. Well, Sam Judge played a big part in last year's final, scoring the goals. Now she's coaching this side.
Huge, yeah. She's a force to be reckoned with, is Sam. Currently about to get involved with the senior set-up for coaching.
Here's some of the action. Here is the goals. This was the opener, and Lanigan's unorthodox but brilliant finish.
Yeah, great approach, great attitude from Lucy there. The ball's popped up, she's had a swing at it. There's no holding back.
And then she had a lot of other events, but let's concentrate on the goals and the comeback from Edinburgh University.
Yep, taken well, so moving the ball really quickly, so the ball goes into baseline, then it comes back out to the top, and then it's back into that danger area, so they don't dwell on the ball, and that's what really kills teams, so just moving it without any pause.
And then the second came from a penalty corner.
I think this one's my favourite. This is old school. This is just dragged straight out, stopped, and it's the John Smith of short corners. Just have that.
So that was the turnaround for Edinburgh University, and that is what sealed the cup once again. And Clydesdale Western, well, it's been just not quite there, was it, with the league just missing out, and they just came up short in the end in the cup competition. The ceremony will be underway in just a couple of moments' time, and we're going to head back down pitchside now for some more reaction.
Yes, I am now joined by the winning captain, Becky Drew. How are you feeling?
Absolutely buzzing. It was a hard-fought win, but I absolutely love it. Yeah, I think the team performance was excellent. We kept our discipline in the back and took our chances when we had to. So,
was there ever a little bit of doubt just at the beginning when they scored that first goal?
Yeah, it's one of those things. It's a cup final. There's always a few nerves, aren't there? So you start off feeling a bit cagey, but as soon as you got into the game, it kind of triggers us to play as we can. And I think that we really built into the game. I think we really stepped it up in that final. Yeah.
So there'll be celebrations all the way back to Edinburgh tonight.
Absolutely, there always are. We're a student too. What can you expect?
Thank you very much, Becky. Back to commentary.
So, great scenes down there, great reaction as well from the winning side. James Thippo there in the middle too. There is the victors. And it's been a great weekend across the board. The big final last night in the men's competition, Kelburn beating Grange. And it is the victors in this competition for Edinburgh University, and I guess it's pretty telling that in the league they've just kind of got over the line and shaded things, and Western, although started well, clearly the best side in Scotland at the moment is the side that have won the double.
Yeah, for the second year in a row, Edinburgh University, a well-deserved double. Great game, played in the right spirit. I didn't think there would be 2 yellow cards in the game, that's for sure. High tempo, high intensity, really good to watch.
And I guess in general with Scottish hockey, it's a busy time. There's other events coming up as well with the Euro Hockey 2 men's tournament, and obviously big time with the international game with the Hockey World League, and the men's crowdfunding for that at the moment because they've done really well in the Hockey World League. So it's an exciting time at the moment in general for Scottish hockey.
Absolutely, yeah, and to get the opportunity to partner on the Team Scotland series so we can highlight the future and current Scottish internationalists, then it's really great for the sport.
And there is the umpires, Sarah Wilson and Claire Edwards, who'd one or two niggly moments in the game to sort out, but done well.
Yeah, I think as an umpiring team it was really effective. You tend to find that if you don't complain about the umpires or you don't notice them, then they've had a really good game, and I can't say they stood out as doing anything terrible today.
So here are the runners-up And we'll obviously give Lanigan a mention for her goal, and then there's some of the other stuff as well later on, but a few decent performances. Heather Howie and Alison Howie trying to get things going in the middle of the park. Who would you pick as a standout from this side?
Well, to touch on Lucy's contribution, then the passion and the drive that got her the cards were also the passion and drive that got her the goal. I don't think there's many others in the pitch who would have swung at that ball in mid-air and got it on target. So it's the kind of Jekyll and Hyde of that intensity that someone plays at. So you'd never not want to see that. In terms of individual performances today, then you would definitely think that Heather Howie had a good game. She was kind of dominating in midfield really well, holding it all up.
Yeah, I was chatting to Lucy Lanigan there on the week, obviously, and I mentioned after she scored she had a bit of a time with injury, and now back in Scotland fold, looking at World League 3 and the Commonwealth Games as the ultimate goal, I guess. That's fast coming. Here come the champions of Scotland, Cup winners again. Becky Drew, the captain of the side, is going to get the trophy in a moment. Sarah Robertson, lively. Sarah Malseed scoring the goals. Laura Swanson was very influential. A few to pick from in there for the performances.
Absolutely. Sarah Robertson had a relatively unnoticed game, I think, today, but that doesn't mean that she wasn't influential. She just picked up things round the back, spread the ball well, individual skills. She had a few runs, but really held it together. I suppose the real notice is the double goal scorer, Sophie Monder? No, sorry, apologies, Zara Malseed. Yeah, always looking hungry, always in and around the goal mouth.
So Becky Drew is just seconds away from the trophy lift. Double. Obligatory photo first. Off goes the trophy. And aloft it is, as the double is achieved. And the Scottish champions are Scottish Cup winners for 2017.
Well, congratulations to Edinburgh University, winners of the Scottish Cup final, and congratulations to all our winners over the course of the weekend. But from us all here at the National Hockey Centre in Glasgow, bye-bye.